Jesus Christ. Stick to cricket. Hi guys, welcome to Full Time Devils. I'm Adam McKola. I'm outside St Mary's. I don't know why I'm laughing, because I've just had to sit through possibly the most boring 90 minutes of the whole season. And we have had a few games that have felt like that as well. Just really drab games that you knew were heading for a draw. United's team today: Smalling, Jones, Bailey, Twanzebe, Darmian. We had 5 defenders in the team. I think Twanzebe kind of played in the midfield alongside Marouane Fellaini, and Axel Twanzebe was actually the player that impressed me the most. Guys, by the way, as well, get your comments in. I can see Harris's comments, Lennon's comments, Jack, Manny Plays. I can see all your guys' comments. I can see new names, old names. So make sure you keep your comments coming in, and I'll get answering some of those questions as well. As you guys seen before the game as well in the live stream, I was talking about producer Chris's charity bet for Bet Bull. Well, he predicted over 7 goals. Over 7 goals. Are you taking the piss? 7 goals, he thought. We didn't have 7 shots today, I don't think. 7 goals. Producer Chris, bloody hell. Probably could have had 7 goals conceded if Sergio Romero wasn't so good today. And apart from Axel Twanzebe, I thought Sergio Romero stood out and was probably Manchester United's man of the match. Some of the saves were absolutely incredible. Saved a penalty after like a minute, which I missed because we were still going into the ground. We were at the turnstiles here, and we've heard a cheer, and I thought, hey, that cheer's not loud enough to be the home fans, but it's quite loud. Is that, have we scored? And then, oh, it's a penalty. We hear it's a penalty. And I hear another cheer from the United end. So I thought we had scored a penalty. Going in, I thought, yes, 1-0. Wayne Rooney scored. We're 1-0 up. Nah, mate, we'd saved the penalty. Sergio Romero had saved the penalty, which is obviously still good as well because it kept it at 0-0. Argentina and all that. And he kept another clean sheet, Sergio. He's been very good for Manchester United when he's had to step in. And I think what he's shown as well, I've been talking about, has David De Gea possibly played his last game for Man United at Tottenham Hotspur the other week? And Sergio Romero makes me feel like, look, I don't think Sergio Romero's anywhere near the level David De Gea has, or the potential level that David De Gea can reach. But he's a solid goalkeeper, and he's shown that, look, he deserves an opportunity. If Dave does leave this summer, which I hope he doesn't, but I expect him to, if Dave does leave this summer, then Romero is a top keeper, and with Joel Pereira in behind him, I think Joel Pereira, for me, can be the best goalkeeper in the league, in the country, one day. That's not yet, and I think he needs time to develop. But if we can keep Sergio Romero and have Joel Pereira as his backup, and he gets game time, then I think that could work for us if Dave leaves. But Dave hasn't left yet, and you know what? Fingers crossed that the man saves and we have another fax machine malfunction, because I don't want to see Dave go anywhere. As for the team, Jones, I thought, did okay today. Smalling did all right bringing the ball out of the defence. In defence, he didn't make any mistakes, which is what you want. I thought Axel Twanzebe in front of them was fantastic. Didn't waste the ball, didn't lose the ball, kept the ball at all times, kept it simple, passed it on to the other players. Marouane Fellaini alongside him. He did give away a few niggly fouls, but again, I don't think he was bad today. I just don't feel like we wanted to win the game. We had an opportunity in the second half. I mean, Martial did a fantastic run, bent the ball and hit the post, and that's where we want to get Martial. We want to get him running at people. When we play to Martial's strengths, he looks good. There was one point where we were running through the middle. Marcus Rashford had the ball. Martial's peeling that way. Rooney's running next to Rashford, but he don't step on the burners to take the defender away from him, and we wasted an opportunity to really split them open. Another chance, Rooney goes through. Somehow he's turned and his back's to goal, but if he turns around, he's got a one-on-one. He doesn't turn around. He lays the ball off and the chance goes. And I just kind of feel it's really sad, because we know how good Wayne Rooney used to be. And obviously all great players decline eventually. But it's sad to see his decline, because he hasn't got that burst of pace, that energy, that strength to really do anything. And as Don Al Capone says, he's very slow as well. And it doesn't help the players like Martial, Rashford, when they want to break and it's getting held up. But look, we know United have been on the beach for a while now. We know United have switched off. The league doesn't matter to United. Driving up here today, I felt in a mood. I felt like, forget this game. I can't be arsed with it. And I feel like Jose Mourinho's mood has kind of rubbed off on everyone. But when I did get here, I thought, I feel a little bit confident today. I don't know why. Southampton, they're on the beach already. United, some of our players can stake a claim for a place in the final team, but the performance wasn't there. And I don't know whether that's instruction from the manager or it's just the players aren't good enough or a mixture of both. But it's definitely instruction from Jose because we're just not attacking enough. Earlier on in the season when we were drawing games, do you remember them games, Burnley, Stoke, West Ham? And we were battering teams, just failing to score. I didn't have any issues, no issues because we were playing in the right manner. We were creating chances, just failing to score. And now, I don't like this stuff. I don't like this at all. We're going to places looking not to lose. Looking not to lose. How about we look to win? How about that? Because we've got players. Today, Mata, Rooney, Marshall, decent players, and we didn't do enough for them. But I'm not going to complain because this time next week we'll be in Stockholm, and that's the main important thing. If Manchester United beat Ajax in Stockholm, no one will care about this league season. But the problem for me is there's a small chance United could lose against Ajax in Stockholm. And if that happens, then days like this that we've had throughout the season, draws, they're going to come back to haunt us. And this season's going to be a catastrophe because having spent the money that we've spent, if we don't win the Europa League and get Champions League football, it has been a failure of a season, regardless of whether Jose has just come in, regardless of whether we won the EFL Cup. This Manchester United team should be in the Champions League next season. And if it's not, season's been a failure. That's how fine the margins are at the moment. And that's why I'm still a little bit worried about that game in Stockholm. But although when the day comes and I've had a few beers, I'll be confident. Follow, says Ahmad. United are going to Stockholm. Too many similar-minded players in today's lineups is true story. What formation do you prefer, says Edgar? I prefer a 4-3-3 or a 4-2-3-1. Depends who's playing. But a 4-3-3 is nice for me because it allows us to play Pogba in his preferred position. Bihay says Romero with those love heart eyes. And I think Romero is all of United's man of the matches today. It'll be Romero or Twanzebe. It's poor Adam. If we don't get that cup, it'll be the worst season for years with this team. Says Daniel, will it be worse than all of the seasons that we had under Van Gaal and Moyes? Maybe because of the expectations that we had, the summer that we had coming into it, the money spent, the manager at the helm. We should be doing a lot better than this. But look, let me bring it back, yeah? Look, we know why United played like this today. Because we've got our heads on that game in Stockholm. We know kind of why United have played like this all the season. Because we've been in that fucking Europa League. Playing Thursday, Sunday does not help. We cannot afford to be in the Europa League next season. So look, I'm going to stop moaning. We've got one more game on Sunday against Crystal Palace. We know all the youngsters are going to be involved. So that's going to be a great day to see the youth. And then we've got that trip to Stockholm. That trip to Ajax, the Friends Arena. Is that what it's called? Oh, Friends. That's where we're going. And hopefully, United will wrap up the season with a trophy, confirm Champions League football, and move on because that's what needs to happen. Anyway, guys, man of the match today, Sergio Romero, just ahead of Axel Twanzebe, but I was impressed with Axel. And yeah, that's it, man. Anyway, guys, fan cam's coming up soon. For now, I'm Adam McKola. I'm out of here.